So before you can get on the plane, I'd maybe just do a little bit of stuff to get your blood pumping in the right place. So just holding on to a bit of wall, just bounce out through the heels. Do some little pedals. So we just want to move blood kind of away from the legs really, get it pumping around the body. Back to your doubles, back to your singles. And then if you can tolerate looking a little bit crazy, you can just come into a wide-legged fold, place your hands on the seat, so in fact, place it here. And then we're just going to rotate and back through centre, rotate. If you need to bend the knees a bit so you can keep the tailbone lifted, I mean, you might not feel comfortable enough to do these, but just something to get the body kind of moving. There's obviously going to be quite a lot of stillness in the hips, so let's try and move out the hips. And you can maybe even come into a few of these, just where you sink into that front thigh. Arms out wide, rotate through centre, rotate. You can even just capture hold of that thigh and rotate yourself around. Do that on the other side. Sinking in. Rotating. And rotate as far each way. Or if you feel like you actually need that support, just keep one hand on the block. Okay, that's probably enough before you get on the plane. If you've got the confidence to do that, when you're on the plane, I would be thinking things like just ankle pumps, and then heel toe raises. So sometimes I do these quick, sometimes I do them slow to fire up the muscles a little bit more. Sometimes it's more about movement. And then maybe put your hands kind of in between your thigh for this, and then start to externally rotate one leg and then the other. External rotation. If you've got a pillow, I would put a pillow in between. I haven't got a pillow here, but you put a pillow between there, and then you can still get that internal whilst just holding on more to your seat. Okay, so to work the external, this can be tricky for you, so maybe just kind of sway out a little bit to start with. And then if you think you can, bring your right foot across your left thigh. Do that, but then I want you to try, so rather than just kind of pulling it in from here, which I know is going to be really hard for you in your hip, cross it over and then see if you could slide the leg up. I mean, it might look something more like this, in which case you'd use the forearm, press it away. Yeah, I don't think it would get that open. I know you probably will get a bit further on this side, and then it's literally rocking forwards and backwards. Yeah, come as far forwards as your hips are happy to, and then maybe just circle out through that ankle that you've got crossed over, and then back the other way. Down, other side. So again, sorry, tight cross is probably easier entry point, and if it's high, you're just going to try and press that thigh away, maybe with the forearm. Yeah, if you think you can come up a little deeper, I think you'll struggle on this side. But we're essentially trying to open that hip, and then we're rocking forwards and backwards. So the weight of the torso coming forwards helps to lever the leg down. This is working our external rotation in our hip, right? Come through upright, circle out through those ankles, and back the other way. Yeah, depending on how much space you've got, you'll probably be able to take your hands behind the back of your head, and that will open your elbows probably just above your seat line, I would imagine. And then just see, so you want to be perched on the edge of your seat, and if you can rotate with the arms here or to get a little bit of movement going. If the seat is in your way, i.e. your arms are not above your seat, I'm trying to think how high my seat would be here, you could just bring both hands down initially, and then just take one hand across the opposite thigh. Other hand could be on the chair lever as you rotate around, but again you want to be just kind of not leaning on the backrest. So the hand could even be behind you on your seat. Alright, and then we'll do the same on the other side. So just to try and get a little bit of rotation. And then when I'm waiting for a toilet cue, I'd again be pumping out. Yeah, I might even be stepping one leg forwards, pulling my weight back. God, that was really wonky then. Yeah. So if this feels too complicated with one foot in front of the other, you could just do it with both feet together, yeah? But this will essentially give you a deeper stretch on that front leg, yeah? But if that feels not doable, yeah, always think of it as space in your hip creases. Yeah, I would even, I know it sounds a bit mad, but I would even just like be shaking out, maybe just bouncing. So any vibration in the body will encourage blood flow and circulation. Yeah, bodies like pumping and shaking. Yeah, I would keep the neck nice and mobile by taking, when you're maybe just sat down in your seat, just turning head left to right a few times. Maybe then dropping one ear to one shoulder, stiff there, not so stiff there. That's feeling pretty good. Roll it across the front of the body to the other shoulder, roll it across. Call my neck stiff. Let's do that more generally. One other quite nice one, pop your hands behind your back, still sat on the edge of your seat. And look to squeeze your elbows in towards each other. And release. Elbows in towards each other. And release. Again, shoulders quite light, a little bit this. So that might be quite relieving every now and again. Some little bobbles in the head. And that, oh no, probably these as well. Sorry, I should have built these in a bit earlier. They're literally tightening into the quad, releasing it down, tightening, releasing, tightening, releasing. The same on the other side. Yeah, you might not have room in your seat for that. If you've not got room for that, maybe just literally some marches. It's not going to get quite as much blood flow, but it will help. Yeah, and then on the edge of your seat again, hinge your body weight forwards and rise. Hinge forwards and rise. Try and keep your chest really lifted and pull your hips back. I feel like that's probably enough. Have a great trip. Play well.